Welcome everyone. Today we're going to have a cocktail on top of the Emerald City here in Seattle, Washington, in the west coast of the United States of America. And we are in for a beautiful sight today in this gorgeous speakeasy cocktail bar that has the same type of decoration since it had when it initially opened, dating back all the way to its very time it was built in 1914. So this is the Smith Tower here in Seattle. Join me for a cocktail and for some views. You here? I am on top of Seattle right now. This is one of the most famous skyscrapers in the entire U.S. The reason it's so famous was because for many, many decades, it was the tallest building west of the Mississippi. So Chicago and New York, of course, are known for having some of the tallest buildings in the U.S. And most of the places west of the Mississippi never built skyscrapers, except for Seattle. Seattle grew tall a lot sooner than LA did, San Francisco did, and many other nearby cities. So right now I'm having what's called a Washington Negroni in honor of the man himself whose this state is named after. We're in the state of Washington. So this Washington Negroni is like a Negroni with not Negroni, sorry, an old fashioned. Washington old fashioned is an old fashioned with a little bit of an apple twist to it. So let's try it out before I show you the views of Seattle from the Smith Tower. Cheers. So right now we are kind of going back in time with old fashioned, in an old fashioned bar that's done in a very kind of Asian influenced style a la early 1900s. Cheers. Oh wow, it's so good. It is really powerful cocktail. It's happy hour, so good price for the cocktail is only $14 for a bar on top of a very historic building in the middle of a very popular city. It's a good price, and nothing beats a good old fashioned. You know, it's a New York born cocktail, and it's really good. It does taste a little bit more easier to drink than the classic one because of that apple flavor that it has. Really good. And also, we end up having some popcorn served in a classic packaging. And this popcorn is made with like a seaweed extract. It's really good. It adds a little bit of extra nice tanginess to it. Hello, Doreen. Nice to see you here. Hello, John. Hello, Wendy, Sally. That's really good. Okay. So, Unsalt says, save me some popcorn. Maybe I will. So before I continue with the rest of this cocktail, let me show you the beautiful views from the top of Smith Tower. Even hopefully before it rains, because it might rain and I may be stuck here as a huge storm consumes Seattle. Go. And this was done to detail or history. For example, the Mandarin here is apparently gibberish Mandarin, thanks to the woman that was serving me. Her name is Cheyenne. Shout out to her. She was telling me a little bit about the history. So it's gibberish Mandarin. So this is not to historical accuracy. But this was initially designed since the building opened in 1914, which is kind of crazy to think about, that some of this artwork is more than 100 years old. Let's go outside. The old elevator. Welcome to Seattle, the Emerald City, the skyline that's famous in amazing series like Grey's Anatomy and Frasier as well. We can't see the Space Needle here. Maybe we can somewhat peek through it soon. But here we have the main skyline right in front of us. Sally says, cool elevator. I've never been up there, but I've been to Seattle many times, never had the chance to go up. I would say if you are a local and if you're a tourist, way. The entire building, built in July 1914, built by architects from New York, actually. And this was a building that grew up in the rising Seattle at that time, becoming one of the more major ports in this area. Keenan says, that's some view. Oh, yes. Can you see Vancouver from here if you have binoculars? That's a good question, Dwayne. I think it had to be a super clear day, and I'm not sure if it's possible. Let me know. Anyone out there, let me know. Is it possible to see Vancouver on a clear day from Seattle? So right there we have the beautiful mountain ranges. Let me know, Seattleites and Washingtonians. What mountain range is that? Susie says, oh, cool, sunset stream. It's a bit early for the sunset here in Seattle. Sally says, I don't think you can actually see Vancouver from here. And from this perspective, we can actually see how Seattle's actually really sprawled out. It's not as dense as New York or Boston or Chicago is. There's a lot less density. Dwayne says, is this the Cascadia Mountains? Yeah, let me know, what's the name of this mountain range? Susie says, it doesn't sunset here until 7:30 p.m. Yeah, the sunset's here a little bit later because we're a little bit higher in latitude than... really see Mount Rainier. It's too cloudy. Here it says all the buildings. Someone just... Yeah, it's narrow. It's a very old building, 1914. Known for it looking like a huge tower. How many stories does this building have? Right now, Dwayne, we are at 42 stories. I think there's a few more stories up, but yeah, we are, the total building has 42 stories. So here we see the highways that run through Seattle. I love the look of Seattle from above. It's such a gorgeous city because it's surrounded by this breathtaking nature, which I'm not sure how many American cities can attest to having a mountain range, a huge bay, and a lake all surrounding it, and one of the tallest mountains in the U.S. In view. And snow-capped mountains at that. I've been to Reno before, and that's probably the closest I've been to a city that you can see snow-capped mountains from. Here we have the two stadiums. Shout out to the Seahawks. Oh, we have police sirens. Ain't a big city without police sirens. Joe says the mountain views are breathtaking. Oh. So here, I'll be showing it to you at some point this weekend. Stay tuned. But Pioneer Square. And Seattle suffered from a massive fire in the 1889, if I recall correctly. And that fire devastated the entire city, including most of its old buildings. So the buildings we're seeing here are from the 1890s or 1900. Cantor says they're on the chase to catch a jaywalker. And we see how right here, under street level. And here we have the King Street station. John said, I lived in Seattle. It rained every day around 3 to 4 p.m. Or what Seattle you experienced, but for me, it's been sunny. I can imagine. I've been lucky. It's been always sunny in Seattle for me. But yeah, I can imagine it's pretty rainy around this time of day. Come to Denver. Yeah, Denver is another city where there's snow-capped mountains. Thank you so much, Robert. Yeah, you're right. I thought Seattle had a larger Chinatown than it does. No, Chinatown's pretty small. Seattle has a significant influence from its Chinese and the Japanese population that has been here for now more than 120, 30 years. No, more than that, 150 years or so. Mount Rainier, where are you at? Come out, Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is a bit shy today. But here we have the Puget Sound. Puget Sound, named after a guy named Puget. And people say that technically this is a bay. They could have easily called it the Puget Bay, but apparently the British explorers and settlers that came to this area liked the name of sound better than bay. They thought sound sounded a little bit more sound. Here we have the waterfront views. I rewatched the 3-hour live stream yesterday. It took me 5 hours. Yep, that was a very long live stream yesterday. Here we have the ferry terminal, one of them at least. This is the big one. This one leads to Bainbridge and Bremerton. Janice says, to be sound. Yes, indeed they did. They thought that sound was more profound than a bay. Teresa, nice to see you here. I'll show you a little bit more of the actual tower. And I'll show you the view from below. This is how it looks like from street level. How's the weather today? The weather has been sunny but super cold. Oh my God, it's so cold here in Seattle. I thought Seattle was supposed to be sunny, 50 degrees Fahrenheit during April. It's freezing. It's cool seeing the avenue down here. Look at that. So yeah, there's plenty of cities that have waterfront views, but I think what makes it special is the combination of skyline, tall buildings, waterfront views, a lake, and mountains from both sides. Very few places have that. Let me know what other places have that. Mexico City, kind of, you can't really see the mountains because of all the smog. And also, there was not enough skyscrapers. So 1914, and let's look directly down. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, one more time. Oh my God. Ooh, okay. I need to go back inside. It's too cold. But before I do, let me show you someone. Drew the Kraken. Matt and Kayla drew the Kraken. That's cool. All right, let me show you a little bit of the exhibition that they have up here. What the hell? That's good. Doesn't work. I can't share it to myself. No. So this is the legendary wishing chair. I'll read a little bit from the sign. It says, people say if a young woman sits in the wishing chair, she will soon marry her heart's desire. Smith Tower is a place of legend. From its opening in 1914 through today, myth, tradition have grown up in this Seattle icon. You are standing in the original Chinese room. Did Chinese Empress Cixi give the original scrolls to founder L.C. Smith? Probably not. Did Smith's daughter sit in the wishing chair in 1914 and fall in love and marry within the year? Probably not, it says. But Seattle folks spin these stories because they love the character of the building. So many lovers have shared a drink here and looked out at their futures together. So many hopeful women have sat in the wishing chair. So many couples have celebrated their marriage here. Love that. That's great. Here's the elevator. It's cool. Cool old elevator. Same design from original. Alright. I'm gonna sit in the wishing chair. Susie says, I love that elevator. Yeah. Lauren, nice to see you here. Thank you so much for 200 stars. I appreciate you. Don't know if there's another cool building, but there's Columbia Tower for viewing. Yeah, that's open only during the weekends. So Smith Tower is open up most days of the week except Monday, Tuesday. But it's open up Wednesdays, which is nice. Let's wait. A lot of selfies. Rami says, no visit to museums on Seattle this tour. Superurbanists and above will be getting a exclusive tour of a cool art museum here. Stay tuned for the other ones. Okay, they have left. I can sit in the wishing chair now. They were taking a lot of selfies, the group. All right, let's try a bench test on the chair. Look at how beautiful it is. All right, let's sit down on the wishing chair. Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Oh, I love this. This is a really cool chair. Eugene asks, is this place haunted? Yes, there's ghost stories surrounding the my head, but this is a really cool comfy chair. I love how the arms are perfect to kind of like look very regal. Also, the backside is huge, so you can rest your head even though it's a bit uncomfortable. But it feels like a throne. Ooh, I like this. This is kind of cool. It feels like I am the godfather of this social club. You ever seen Indiana Jones 2, Temple of Doom? That's how I feel like. I feel like the crime boss in that scene in the beginning. I love the arms. It's really cool, the arms. The backside is actually pretty comfortable despite its immense, intricate design. And it's a perfect height. And of course, no bird poo, no human poo. That's nice. And what's my wish? Let me make a wish and I'll tell you the score. All right. So, this bench will get this is a nice bench with beautiful views, cocktails at my beck and call. This will get, this is a very good chair. This is a very good chair. I want to take this home. This gets a 9.6 out of 10. It's an Uber bench. Oh yeah. That was a tour of the surrounding area. Let me know if you want to action. Happy hours until 6 p.m. And if you want to see one more cocktail, maybe food, if there's something small that's interesting to bite. Sally says that if you want to see a 10 is like a very old video from Central Park. So go to the video that's called Ana Capri in 9 out of 10. Eugene says it's cutting out sometimes. Oh no. Susie says your wish wouldn't come true unless you share it with us. It's quite the reverse. Rocky says in the episode of Columbo, he asks a lady if he could sit in a chair. She says, that's what it was built for 400 years ago. Interesting. Sally says, say it again. Yes. Should I try one more drink? And if you're able to see me and hear me correctly, hopefully the reception is stabilizing. Mark says even the ceiling looks great. Oh yeah, and well, I mean we're dining with these views. Look at this. Stephanie says, cheers, Topo Chico, for me. Cool, mostly good coverage, says Janice. Sally says, what was the 10 bench is an old Central Park video. The video of Ana Capri, the island of Capri in Italy. And then I think there's two 9.7s. Oh. They're very few. Is that Tony's? Yes, we are in Seattle right now. And Robert says the ceiling is wonderful. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, let me order some food. So bear with me. Bear with me. As I'm ordering food, I'm going to leave you with a video of the museum that's down below. Enjoy as I point the camera towards the views. So here we have the combines well with the aesthetic. Wrong video. That one was to do the TikTok video of the observation deck right here. So this is the museum exhibition of the Smith. It's so cool because they recreate how it looked like back in 1914 when the tower was built. And here you have an old desk. Well, what other cocktails you recommend?
So I'm really into the gochujang.
Okay, I'll try the gochujang. What was it? It's not spicy, right?
So it's not spicy. It has like I'm gonna use the LaCroix comparison. It's got like hint of spice, but it's at the very end. It's not actually hot, and the honey on the rim like mellows it all out.
It says
Okay,
today
perfect.
some people
And
say
then,
that Smith
for
Tower
food,
is
what do you
haunted.
recommend?
Shadowy
What's
figures,
really interesting?
The down, darkened
how big are you
hallways and
willing to go?
noises are heard in
My
empty
favorite
offices.
things
Not
are
too
under
big,
large
yeah.
undertakings.
Yeah.
People also say that the building
This is
taller
myself,
than
so
it
not
is,
too much.
and that you can achieve your heart's desire in the wishing chair.
They come in a 6
We still
count.
mythologize
They're a little
Roy
more filling than they
Olmsted
might
as a
sound like,
lovable
but it's still a
rogue.
small count.
Elise Olmsted
And then
as a mysterious
my
beauty.
favorite is the Taiwanese beef noodles. They look beautiful.
wishing
They
chair.
are fantastic. It's udon with beef, bok choy, lots of other goodies in there. It's really, really good. In a bowl, really big.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I would say either the pork pot stickers or the Taiwanese beef noodles.
I'll try the Taiwanese beef noodles, please. Yeah, thank you so
And
much.
that's it?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. Okay, so I end up getting two things. Quite a lot of food, but might as well. Might as well have some fun tonight. Yeah, I just realized that I was speaking in that other video, so you heard two people speaking at the same time. So basically, there is a cool Korean infused cocktail, a Korean style cocktail that has a rim of honey, which is interesting. And then the other one is noodles, a big pot of Taiwanese style noodles. So those are the two things that they have here. Ms. Lobs, I was trying to listen to both things and heard neither. Yeah, indeed. So everyone slam that like button right now. If you enjoy these videos, slam that like button right now on YouTube. That's the best way to get more people to tune in to these videos. And also more of these type of videos will be shown directly to you on your feed. And then on Facebook, share this video with any relevant Facebook groups. Este techo es que queríamos tener en esta habitación. Says Manny, I would love to have this ceiling in my own house. Sí, I mean, el techo es bellísimo. En Puerto Rico hay varios techos que están diseñados así. Los restaurantes chinos están diseñados así. In Puerto Rico, actually, a lot of the Chinese restaurants are designed like this, which is awesome. Do they have oysters left? Not here. It's not. It's more Asian themed. It's not so much classic Seattle seafood. I'm not sure if they even have that much seafood, if any. Siempre es lindo verte, says Nomades. It's always awesome to see you. Qué bien, Nomades. Ojalá todo está bien allá en Argentina. Yo sé que las cosas están bastante fuertes allá en Argentina, pero ojalá ustedes están disfrutando de la naturaleza. So, well, thank you so much. So I hope you are enjoying the nature out there, despite I know Argentina is going through tough times. Dwayne says it looks like a movie backdrop. Basically is. Sally, thank you so much for tuning in. Each Flora says, I went to Seattle last June. Go to Baco for brunch. The food is delicious. Baco. Okay, thank you so much, H Floors. Baco. Wendy says, what have you ordered? Taiwanese style noodles. The chopsticks and the spoon came. And a Korean style cocktail. Where's the Smith Tower, says Lei. Right now we are on top of Seattle. We're in the middle of Seattle. This is downtown Seattle, straddling between the neighborhoods of downtown, which we see all the buildings over there, and Pioneer Square, the historic area of Seattle. And the waterfront is right there. We're right by the ferry terminal. So the coming in from Bainbridge and Bremerton, right over there. Lawrence asks, do you like Seattle weather or London weather more? That's a good question. Seattle, it's always been sunny in Seattle for me. This past week, I've had sunny days every single day. I've had only a few moments of rain. London is a bit warmer. Seattle is very cold. It's about 36, 38, 39 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It's pretty cold. I'm wearing full-on winter gear. So London was warmer. So I would prefer London. Lei says, what a great spot. Oh yeah, this is a great spot. H. Willis says, hey Ariel, I just went last year in June to Baco. The food is delicious. Oh, cool. I'm glad you recommended it. Thank you so much. Wendy, nice to see you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, Libradino, Thais, nice to see you here. From Brazil, oi, tudo bem? I'm an urbanist and I'm really obsessed with cities. I'm so glad you are. I'm recently loving your channel and thank you so much for sharing. My pleasure, Thais. My pleasure. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've had an unusual week where you've been. It's really cold. It was gorgeous before you came to Eastern Washington. It was gorgeous before I came. Yeah. Let me know, what's the usual temperature here in Seattle in April? I was expecting 50s because I think that's the norm in this area of the Pacific Northwest for April. It ain't 50s, I can tell you that. There's an amazing penthouse at the very top, says Jackie. Really? Is it? It's not a home, I assume. Is it an office? Is it like another bar? I'm very curious what's on top. Miss Love, nice to see you here. Your sweater is scrumptious, says Miss Love. Thank you so much, Miss Love. I appreciate that. I'm glad you think so. It's unusual for the weather to be this close. It's usually mild, says Caitlin. Okay, cool, Caitlin. Thank you so much for letting me know. Chicken wings, but they have something similar. Pork, pot stickers. I would recommend them. They're really good. I'm not sure if this place is good yet. The cocktails are good so far. Let's see how the food is. I'm not sure how it is, but we'll see. Wendy, nice to see you here, Wendy. We have a few Wendy's here. Yes, you can rent it $1,000 a month. No joke. It's an apartment. Really? Really up here. Interesting. Miss Lob says, pot stickers. And it's nice and warm here in New Jersey. I'm jealous because it's cold in here. Let me show you more of the bar as we wait for the food. Oh wow, awesome.
Right here.
Thank you so much.
Do we have another drink coming for you?
I do, yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Wow. This looks good. Oh my god. I did not expect it to look this nice. This is great. Look at that beautiful pulled pork with very thick noodles, a nice dark broth, and some veggies. Garnishes. So I think this might be a mint, maybe? Let's see what this is. Let me know if anyone knows what this is. There's some bok choy that's cut up as well. This is awesome. Look at that. Wow. I'm blown away. Chesterfield says they have Taiwanese fried bread, which is amazing. So this is basil. Yeah, this is basil right here. And this one, it's mint. Mint and basil. I'm excited. Is that a bottle of popcorn kernels before you? Yeah, so I'm sitting at table number 9. If anyone wants to see the menu, I'll point in the other direction. But yes, these are popcorn kernels. But I actually have real popcorn right over here. So this, I gotta admit, this looks really good. Now, if anyone is from Taiwan or has had this type of cuisine, do we put the garnishes inside or are they meant for later? Let me know. This, wow. I'm so happy that this turned out this way. It smells so fragrant as well. Let's try the pork first. Right here, the pork with some what appears to be onions. Oh wow. Very good. Very tender. It's not super condimented. So it is a very meaty texture to it. But it's very, very well condimented. Like it has a beautiful taste to it. Oh, you got a little bit of the meat, the grease. Oh, that was so good. Okay, that's really good. I really appreciate this. So the garnishes are basil and mint. So let me know. I think the basil will mix. I'm not sure if the mint will mix. I'm gonna put the basil. I'm gonna put this basil right inside here. Oh, and cilantro as well. I like cilantro. That mixes. Never had a noodle bowl with mint though before. This is the first time. Are we supposed to eat this? The pork is boiled for a few hours in soy sauce, says Chestnut Field. Thank you so much, Kurihara. Thank you so much for tuning in. Add the garnish to your liking. Joe says, mix them, live dangerously. Well, we'll see. Let me know, is this edible? Right here, what is this? It smells good. Oh. Ah. Don't inhale, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay to puff, but don't inhale. Check that bud, man, says Vislav. Oh yeah, nice bud. Look at that. Sally says that flower is indeed edible. Thank you so much for clarifying. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And here's the cocktail. Cheers. $19 to access the tower. Yes, it's $19 to access the tower, and then you gotta pay for food and drink. I think you can come up to the tower without needing to sit at the restaurant. But if you come early, it seems very easy. You don't need to make any reservations. You just walk in, and they assign a seat to you. Hence, that's why there's numbers here as well. All right, cheers. Okay, yeah, this is spicy. It's good. It's spicy though. It's spicy. Oh yeah. This is spicier than I would have preferred it. This is good though. It has a very orangey taste to it. It's a honey rim. Not orangey, like lychee. This lobster she like, no. You gotta beware when you ask is something spicy. Because some people have a very high spice tolerance, and to them it's really not that spicy. So always you gotta kind of gauge what someone's spice tolerance is when you ask them that question. Yeah, it's spicy. Spicy. All right, let's try this out. Wow. Oh, that is a very good noodles. Very soft, very tender. Very tender noodles. Wow. Has was called in Taiwanese actually language. They have the word Q. The Q is that bounce back you get. So it's al dente. Al dente noodles. Really good. Really good. And let's get it with a little bit of that greenery. Oh my, this is awesome. This is a really good bowl. I'm blown away actually. I did not expect a bowl to be this good. Especially when you come up to these attractions, usually the food isn't really that good. The cocktails sometimes are really not that good when you come up to an attraction like this. But it's actually really good. Susie says Ben Affleck is sitting behind me. I don't think so. Kind of looks like his brother though, Casey Affleck. Lyra, nice to see you here. Welcome. Zap says, hey, nice to see you here, Zap. Veronica, welcome. Hey, Ariel. We got Veronica from Peru. Bienvenidos. Gracias por viendo esta emisión. Thank you so much for watching. The cocktail reminds me of a salty dog, says Kurihara. Yeah. Ooh, this is a kick. I'm not the biggest fan of spicy cocktails. I can see the allure. I'm just not the biggest fan. Let me know what you think about spicy cocktails. Unsol says I had to leave. Noodles make your insulin spike, says Lynn. They do? Oh, all right. Is that good or bad? Let me know. I'm loving these noodles nonetheless. How much were the noodles? I have no idea what I'm spending. I'm probably spending a lot. The happy hour cocktail was $14, that first one. I think this might be 18 to 25. Of course, you're in the second most expensive city in the U.S. Keep that in mind. Also, we are on top of one of the most important historical buildings west of the Mississippi. Keep that also in mind. And we're dining with waterfront views. Keep that in mind. 42 stories in the air. So all that keep it in mind. Yeah, I think the prices are appropriate. But yes, I think it's going to be a lot of money. This might be like $25, 30, 35, I'm not sure. Probably 30, I think. The menu's right over here. I know these are not the best way, but if you can, if you want to scan your phone, if you have a second phone and want to scan your phone, right here. He saw me so much for 200 stars. I appreciate you. So Kurihara. I should have asked, but after the Miss Lob, that garlic cake, that's in New York City. That was a weird cake. All right, let's try this. Okay, now let's put the mint inside. Actually, let me put up into leaves. George says, do you plan to walk today? No, no walking today. Tomorrow, stay tuned. All right. Oh, I love mint. And this flour, I'm a little bit nervous. But I'm gonna plop it in there. Wish me luck with the flour. Be careful with flowers here in Washington. You don't know what you're gonna experience. You eat a flower, you might be in a very high place. Meaning Smith Tower, that we're high in because of the tower. All right, some minty. That's good. That's good, yeah. It does combine well, the minty noodles. That's very good. That's very good. Great recommendation, by the way. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, now with the flour. Robert says slurp it. Well, you know, slurping is normal in Japanese cuisine. I'm not sure in Taiwanese. Let me know Taiwanese culture. It's normal in Japan. It's expected in Japan, I think. I'm not sure about Taiwan. Let me know. China, let me know. I think China is pretty much normal. Not so much in the U.S. So no matter, you can be in the most Japanese, most Korean place, Taiwanese in the U.S. It's still not seen as polite to do. That's strong. Oh my god. There's a punch of basil flavor. Right there. Now let's try the broth on its own. Ooh. Oh. Okay, everyone. I do recommend Ariel, please don't eat the daisies. Too late. I ate the daisies. It was a punch of basil flavor. Those noodles look amazing, says Rebecca. They I think this bowl was going to be that good, especially for a touristic restaurant slash cocktail bar. Lynn says all those flavors marry well together. Robert says, is this pho? No, this is a Taiwanese noodle dish. So pho is similar, but it's not pho, which is Vietnamese. They're all soup. Come on. After the end of the day, they're all soup. Do you like a ride home? Says Jeanette. I don't need a ride home. Don't worry. Okay, everyone. As I sip a little bit more, feel free to ask me any questions. I'll linger for 10 minutes. Let me know if you enjoyed this broadcast. We're not getting too many views here in Seattle. I'm a bit sad that Seattle is not getting that many views on YouTube and Facebook. It's getting views on TikTok, that's for sure. But not so much here. So let me know if you're enjoying these videos. I know the city itself is not vibrant as cities I visited: Rome, London, Edinburgh, New York, of course, Boston. Those cities are much more punch of things to see and do. Ibel says, I'm not always getting notifications. Lynn says, I'm really enjoying your trip. I'm so glad. I love these, but living here is fun still to watch. I love the surprise video, says Susie. I'm so glad you do. It's always fun, says Ms. Lam. Oh, I'm so glad you think that's the case. Bok choy. Rebecca says, people don't know how great our West Coast is, how hip and subtle. The Troll Bridge was in the last season, Once Upon a Time. I heard, yeah, it was in the Once Upon a Time. That's so cool. Unsolved. That's so awesome. Have you tried Georgetown neighborhood? No, not yet. It's the oldest Seattle neighborhood. Interesting, but the crime rate is bad. Oh, no. Always happy to find these surprise videos, says Ibel. Don't go, dessert. No, I don't think I'm doing dessert. It's quite enough food. And can we have 1,000 cocktails, says Wendy. And your face is turning red. Oh, yes. Turning red. Oh, yeah. Because now I have the Seattle sun shining. Kiyoshi, nice to see you here. Welcome. Wendy says, please. Yes, indeed. So if you're here in Seattle, highly recommend coming to the Smith Tower. It is a blast. You don't need to get food and drink. You can just see the observation deck. But I would recommend getting a table. You don't need to commit to an expensive meal. It's okay if you just drink, at least earlier in the day. They didn't mind because I did not say I was going to eat. And grab yourself a cocktail. Cocktails is going to be a little bit more expensive, but you could go for a beer or for a cider, and it'll save you a little bit of money. Highly recommend it. Michael says, is this really live? No, Michael. I knew that you were going to tune in, so no, it's not live. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm saying that from the past after I posted this video. Lexi says, have you visited Alki, Alki, or West Seattle? No, not yet. And your face is so red, yeah. spicy cocktails and doing live videos in open public places. Oh, they have hard ciders, says Wendy? They do. Yeah, they have cans. They don't have it on draft. They have cans. Very beautiful restaurant. That ceiling is absolutely amazing. Oh, yes it is. We need the Italian hitman chef to make things a little exciting for Ariel, says George. Oh yeah, Rome. Great memories. Such a great city to cover. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. From the top of Smith Tower. Highly recommend coming up here, right in downtown Seattle. Keep being awesome. I'll see you on Thursdays through Sunday at 4 p.m. New York time, 1 p.m. Seattle time. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye. One more time. Gonna finish this up. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy every last slurp. Bye-bye.